Everybody, welcome back. So if you guys go back and reference my Pioneer Arms video back last year, you'll notice that I got an extremely cheap AK. I got the Pioneer Arms Sporter 20-inch model, and at the time, I think the total cost I paid for it was $561, I believe, if memory serves me correct. May have to go back and reference that video just to figure it out. At the time, you know, it was quite possibly the cheapest AK on the market. Clayco also did a video. I can't remember if he got the 5.56 or if he got the 7.62x39, but regardless, he got one super cheap as well. He got his with a coupon code. If you guys go back and reference my short that I did not too long ago for Centerfire Systems had some Riley Defense AKs super cheap. Now, the cost of this one was $525 before shipping. Guys, that's incredibly cheap. Now, say what you want to about Riley Defense. Yes, they had a rocky start, just like Pioneer Arms had a rocky start. They decided to use cast components in the beginning. I do believe personally they've learned from those mistakes. But one of the reasons for me getting this is this was possibly, at least until they sold out, the cheapest AK you could get in America, unless you just find one from a secondhand seller. But from retail standpoint, $525 is incredibly cheap. Century Arms doesn't even come close, not anymore. So what did I opt for? Well, I opted for the polymer stock one. Now, you guys will see there is nothing fancy about this unboxing at all. You will see that it comes with practically nothing except for a Pro Mag, Waffle Mag, and the gun itself. Not even a manual. But you know, that's probably how they cut costs. Do I blame them? No. Would it be nice to have a manual? Yeah, it would. But you know, you can reference any of that stuff out there on the internet. It's not hard. You guys are smart. You can figure it out. But so what was the purpose of me getting this? Well, one, it's incredibly cheap. Two, I plan on torture testing this. Yes, you heard that right. I plan on torture testing it. Now, not in this brutal heat of the South, most likely. This might be a winter project. I'm not really sure yet. But here, guys, is just their cheap polymer furniture sporter, or I guess you could call it a sporter. I don't know what they call it. They call it a Rack 47. But let's get a little closer to the camera so you guys can see this. Hopefully, I don't do too bad of a job trying to show you this. Now, it is very rough. Of course, you see it has a USA marked ice cream scoop, slant brake, whatever you want to call it. But one cool thing is bayonet ears. And like I said, guys, there is nothing fancy about this. This thing is rough looking. From a finished perspective, well, actually, it's really not rough looking. It's just not as refined. But it does have a forged trunnion and forged components where it matters, which is one of the most important things. Now, you'll see it is a Rack 47, 7.62x39 Riley Defense, Hickory, North Carolina. Of course, you see the chamber flag in here, which of course indicates it is indeed unloaded. Now, I'll place some videos or some pictures of where I got this from Centerfire Systems. You guys can see how smooth it really is. See how that bolt's not even going home. Yeah, she needs to be broke in. But I do believe it's got a nitrided barrel, I think. Let me look. Yes, it appears as though it has a nitrided barrel. I don't even know all the specs myself on it. We're going to look under the hood. That is a very tight dust cover, by the way. We're going to inspect the rest of this and review and see what it looks like from a finished perspective. Now, internally, you will see that's got a USA marked trigger. I don't know how much of the components of this thing are actually surplus and how much are actually made in America. I do not know the details surrounding these. You guys will probably have to chime in a little bit more than I do, or chime in more if you know. You guys will see there is a bullet guide in here to indicate this is indeed a forged trunnion. Cast ones have the bullet guide cast in there. You know, there's just really not much to say about it. It's just a standard AK. See if I can get this gas tube out of here. It actually comes out a lot easier than I expected. But you guys can tell, you know, it's not nearly as refined. I will say this, and you guys can say what you want to about the Pioneer Arms ones, but they just simply come with a nicer finish, and that's just the truth of the matter. You know, just, you can tell that, you know, stuff isn't quite fitting as well. You know, in terms of the upper handguard, you see it is twisted a little bit, but those just twist into place. I'm not really concerned about that. I may end up replacing this furniture with wood furniture just for grins, but if I do a torture test, it's probably going to be with the poly furniture on it, just because, you know, I don't really care about it. Let's get that back in place. Okay. Now, trigger pull. It's actually got a lot of travel, but it's actually a pretty good break. I mean, it's not a terrible trigger. I've had worse triggers, believe it or not, on AKs. I do like the safety selector they do have on this. Just makes for easy engagement. But honestly, guys, there's just... Oh, and one thing I failed to mention, actually comes with a cleaning rod. Now, the pins don't look terrible in here, except this one looks a little hooky. I think they could have done a little bit better job with that one. As a matter of fact, it looks like they might have kind of boogered it a little bit. But in terms of rivets, when you look at those rivets, I've seen worse rivet jobs. The worst rivet is actually this one right here. But the rest of it looks pretty good. I mean, doesn't look bad. Nice thing is the way they do their receivers is it can accommodate a double hook trigger. So just one thing to keep in mind. You know, in terms of your bolt and your carrier, you know, you guys can see that that bolt is machined. You can see the machining marks there on your carrier. I mean, you guys can go and reference Rob's video over on AK Operators Union. He had one early on that lost headspace. I've not seen anyone do any real torture testing on these here recently, since, you know, more recent than the last few years, where they've done testing, you know, on a forged one to see how well it holds headspace. But that's something I fully intend on doing and documenting. So teaser video, or teaser, I guess you call this a teaser video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this thing and I'm going to headspace check it every 500 rounds. We're going to see where we sit. Now, why am I doing that? Well, I want to see how well this thing's going to hold up, for one. Not only that, you know, it should be covered by Rally Defense if something was to happen in terms of, you know, it losing headspace or whatever. I don't suspect that it will, but, you know, we won't know until we go through it. Now, that being said, like I said, guys, it's just a cheap AK. Treat it as such. It's not a beauty queen. It's just utilitarian. But like I said, I'm curious to see how well this one will hold up. I'm very curious, just because I've not seen anybody do any recently. But one of the nice things is, I failed to mention, comes from the factory with an optic mount or optic rail on the side. That's just a nice added bonus. And of course, I have to do this off camera, comes with your Pro Mag, waffle mag, nothing fancy, nothing special. Now, I may do a follow-up video on this where we take and basically do some mag fitment checks. I want to see what, from a surplus standpoint, will fit it. I'm probably going to try out things like Chinese mags, Polish mags, Romanian mags, Serbian mags, you know, all that kind of stuff. just because I want to see what fits. May even throw a Tapco or Magpul in here and there. Of course, you got your rear sling attachment, and you've got your front sling attachment. Like I said, guys, there's nothing fancy about this. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's a $525 AK. You know, it's kind of a budget one. But we're going to test it as I have time in coming videos just to see how well this thing holds up. And who knows, Centerfire Systems may put these back out there, or somebody else may do it as another sale, and you may be able to snag one for super cheap. But I just wanted to share this with you guys today. I wanted to show you guys fit and finish wise how this thing looks. That dust cover is quite tight. That mag got a little bit of side to side wobble, but I mean, come on guys, it's an AK. So anyway, just want to share this with you guys today. I know I put the short out trying to tell you guys about this deal. I was going to grab one with the wood furniture, but I had some issues with my account and they just kind of sold out quickly and I didn't get one. However, I did snag the basement bottom polymer furniture one. And yes, I fully intend on running this joker through its paces. I just want to see how it's going to hold up. I don't believe, let me take this off camera. The sights don't appear to be canted, but we will find that out. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys. If you're in the market for something like this, I know that deal is probably already gone, but it may come back again. But like I said, as I get time, we're going to test this joker and we're going to play with it and we're going to see how well it holds up, because I am curious myself. But big shout out to my subscribers. Just want to thank you guys for all your likes, your shares, your comments. And if you guys haven't considered subscribing, please consider doing so and hit that bell notification so that you guys get alerts when I place deals out there like those $525 AKs. I think it was a smoking deal. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, you guys have a great day.